So in this video, I'm going to show you the simplest way in setting up Locate2u for your business. First off here, you just head along to the settings screen. So you just scroll down to the bottom, go down to team, click on settings, and that'll take you to this screen. A couple of quick things that you can actually do around configuring the system to work for yourself. So the first off here is under general setting. This is around, you can enable this to actually set up the notifications. And so for some businesses that are doing on-demand deliveries, where they might want bookings to come in and automatically be dispatched out to their team, this is where you would enable this. You would then set it up to say going to the nearest driver within an X number of radius of whether it's X kilometers or whether it's within a number of miles. You can set it up here whether it's going to the nearest or going to random, and so that's going to be anyone that's inside of that particular area. So that's the first thing there around setting that up under the notifications section. Next thing here is you've got proof of delivery. Okay, so a lot of businesses are wanting to be able to capture a signature or capture a photograph or be able to scan a barcode on completion of a particular delivery. You can configure that to happen here, and you can be able to set these up as to happen always, optional or never, and you can actually change the order. So if I want to have the photograph come first and then the signature next, you can do that. Just click on the save and it will save it. Okay, you'll have the ability to do it for a stop, but you can also do it for shipments, and that's where you're going to have a pickup and drop-off location, and you can then choose as to when you want those to appear on the pickup or drop-off location there as well. Okay, so that's under the proof of delivery. Next area you've got here is you've got custom fields, and so you might want to capture some custom information against each of your stops or shipments. You can just do that, just click on plus. You can add as many of these as you like. And you've also got the ability to choose the type of field. So whether it's a text field, a date, or whether it's checkbox, etc., you can do that there from the custom fields. So what's also quite similar is you've got the questions. Okay, so this is where you're actually going through the proof of delivery process, or whether it's a failed delivery or the beginning of a start or end of a trip. And so this is where you wanted to ask the driver a series of questions at that particular time. Again, you can create as many of these as you like. Just click on the plus. You can choose the type, and so whether you're wanting to capture, text or photograph, you can choose those different options that are available, and you can actually change the order and how they actually appear just by doing the dragging there as well. You can set up them whether they're mandatory questions or not mandatory. One of the things that people often use this for is at the beginning of the trip, and that might be for some safety questions, so being able to do that at the beginning or whether at the end. There's lots of different reasons as to why people are using that. Okay, so that's under questions. Next area you've got here is brands. And so you might be a business that's running with multiple different brands, and you want to have your tracking link to have those different brand logos attached to that. Or maybe you want to offer this as something to your customers and show that we can actually show the different brands that are available. And so on their tracking link. And so you can do that. Then what you can do is when you're creating your bookings, you can link those bookings or the stops to the actual brand there as well. Okay, so you've done that. Apps is for your API configuration. Import mapping is for importing your bookings into the system. Your SMS settings, we'll do a specific video on this, but you can see generally here, this is how you configure your SMSs to actually be able to be sent, and the content that's there, you can edit them really easily there. You can create as many of these different types as you like. It's a really useful being able to send SMSs to your customers, letting them know deliveries en route, but also on completion of your deliveries as well. Here you've got the geofence settings, and so this is where you might want to have automated alerts being sent or SMSs being sent at different stages, and so whether it's 10 kilometers away from arriving or 100 meters, you can do that. You can have it so it changes the status, so it's to en route, arrived, completed. It's really, really useful being able to do the geofencing. Okay, next area here is skills. This is useful being able to say these are particular bookings that relate to a particular type of work that needs to be completed. And that might be that this person's got the skills required to do that, or it might be they need a piece of equipment. You can set that up through skills. Then you can use your route optimization engine to actually say, okay, this type of booking needs to go to this type of user that's inside of your system. Okay. There you've got your capacity setting, and this is what's really useful for being able to configure to say, hey, this is how I want to be able to configure each of my different drivers to say, this is the maximum amount of capacity that I actually have. And that might be the number of pieces, or it might be a weight, or it might be any one of these other different options that you want to have configured. And then your optimization engine will take this into account when they're allocating bookings to those particular people. So this means that you might have vehicles inside of your fleet that might be cars, vans, and then full trucks. Those will all have different types of capacity, and you have the ability to then configure that inside of the system. Okay, so that's under capacity. Last option here is custom actions, and this is where you can have emails being triggered. And so these emails will be triggered based on different statuses that are being changed inside of the system. And you can create and set these up from here as well. You can choose when they're actually going to happen. It sends the email, and then who those emails are actually going to go to as well. So it's really great for letting your customers have a live tracking link, or whether you want internally be able to get messages from that as well. You can do that there. So that gives you the real basics of the configuration. The final thing I'll just show you is under your team profile here. This is where you set up your business and your details. So you can enter in your company name. You can set up the ETA time window. And so this is the amount of time that the ETA is going to run over. So you might want to say, we're going to give it down to the customer to a minute, or you might want to give a time window of 60 minutes. A lot of customers will do like a 30-minute time window, 60 minutes, that works. And where you can actually drop in your logo, this will appear on your live tracking link. And so customers can see that really easily. So that gives you the quick overview on how to go about setting up Locate2u for your business. If you have any questions or anything you're not sure about, just reach out to us. We've got the live chat. You can also email us at hello@locate2u.com. Thanks very much, and look forward to helping you.